Welcome everybody to the top of the Hahnenkamm here in Kitzbühel, and just look at the view, the sky, the people, the crowds. It's a fantastic atmosphere up here, and we've got the first two athletes who are approaching the first turnpoint, Hahnenkamm, Jordi Vibalta and Lenart Oblak from Slovenia. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and we can see them. There is Lenart, and Jordi is just in front. Just over 52 minutes. So we were thinking that the first athletes might come up in as little as 45 minutes, but then on the cable car I was with the race director Ferdy Fogel, and he said they're really not pushing it. They're not trying to go too hard. There's no need, it's a long race. But still, the guidebook time for recreational hikers is 2 hours 15. So to do it in less than half that time, it still gives you an idea of the speeds that they're hiking up here. Jordi here bringing up the flag of Spain, the only Spanish athlete. Been a few years since we last had a Spanish athlete in the Bull X-Alps. I was waiting for Lenart. That's really sporting. Good to see that. They're coming up together, side by side. Just have a look at the sky here.
So, und da kommen die ersten Hahnenkamm! Yeah! It's time to get crazy! This is Slovenia and Catalonia! Shoulder on shoulder! Lenart Oblak and Jordi Vibalta, two skywalk pilots, on the way up to turnpoint sign #1, on the way to turnpoint sign at the Hahnenkamm. And here we go! Come on, Kitzbühel!
Time is 24 minutes past 55 minutes. They both have to sign the signboard.
Lenart haut die Fahne bereits in das Kitzbühler Gehölz. Neben ihm Jordi Vibalta, der findet mit der Stange noch gar nicht hinein, und das ist ein Wahnsinn. Lenart Oblak, Slovenia, Jordi Vibalta, Catalonia. Let's hear it,
Lenart Oblak is first up in 55 minutes. Jordi still needs to sign the board. Jordi! Jordi, rookie, perhaps didn't realise had to sign the board. How are you feeling, Jordi? Aaron. Aaron Duragatti. Okay, just watch this transition. So we've got Lenart Oblak here, Aaron Duragatti. We'll just stay here a second just to see how quickly they transition. I can see Tobias Grossrebacher, he's coming through. Tommy Friedrich, here they come. Look at the crowd there, isn't it magnificent? There is Tommy Friedrich, who an hour ago told me he was going to take it easy. Well, he's up here in 56 minutes, under an hour. What an incredible performance from Tommy Friedrich. And the quiet man of the race, Toby Gross-Rapaccia from Italy.
Nice, Michael.
All good, Toby? Simon Oberauner now. They are coming thick and fast. Spike from Poland. Michael Gebert. So already they're getting suited up. Aaron Duragatti. There is Pal Takats going over there. Let's just check out these. Let's see some of these last athletes coming up. Here's Paul's supporter. An absolute beast himself. Paul Guschelbauer looking very relaxed.
So, da unten ist jetzt das erste Mal Schwarz-Rot-Gold und das gleich im Doppelpack. Markus Anders und Maxi Lloyd hintereinander bei uns hier heroben. Let's hear
Marcus finds the sensible way a different way to hold his flag. A little bit more practical. Look at that, expertly done. Look at these flags.
So, da kommt
of all the athletes who have come up. Lennart, Jordi, Aaron, Thomas Friedrich, Toby Gross-Rapaccia, Michael Gierlach, Simon Oberauner.
Was mich wundert, dass dort zum Beispiel bei den Slowenen schnelles Greifen angesagt ist. Team Lennart Oblak. Wenn du dir das jetzt so anschaust.
And that's Max Leudel competing for the first time.
Ja, aber mehr, das ist die Frage.
Ja, es schaut schon viel besser aus als gedacht.
Sehr gut, Max. Stecke, stecke.
Absolutely brilliant, electric atmosphere here on top of the Hahnenkamm, here for the first time, and still the athletes are coming thick and fast. So I can see that next up is, we've got Team America and Logan Walters. I can see Kriegel, I can see Tim Alongi.
Bull X-Alps, make some noise for Christian Kriegelbauer! Jawohl! Und Sie können sich vorstellen, wie es in Niederfrutigen zugehen wird in den nächsten Tagen, wenn die Jungs nach Hause kommen, zum ersten Mal in der 20-jährigen Geschichte. Wenn der Hahnenkamm schon ein Tollhaus ist, wird die Schweiz ein Irrenhaus sein.
Logan Walters over there, Tim Alongi.
Tim Alongi an der Seite, mit Logan Walters. Kriegelmaurer haut die Fahne jetzt in den österreichischen Boden. Herzlich willkommen.
And here comes the famous bread maker from the Czech Republic. He is Andrej Prohaska, who's been baking bread all week, pre-week for officials, fellow athletes.
Also, jetzt wird's ernst. Da dahinter ist es dann Sepp Indiger, meine Damen und Herren. Make some noise for Switzerland and Sepp Indiger! Jawohl! Mama und Papa Indiger sind auch angereist aus der Schweiz. Und jetzt gibt's da das High Five mit den Supportern. Um Gottes Willen, Sepp! Ja, Hochalpin!
Sepp Inniger, competing for the first time, but in 2019 he supported Patrick von Kernel. He was thinking about doing the race in 2021, and at the last minute decided to wait a couple of years before he's ready. And he was telling me this morning that he really thought that decision had paid off. He's really learnt a lot in the last 2 years. Here comes James Elliott from Canada. Look at it, this guy, he looks like he could just run the whole way around the Alps.
So wie die Athleten. Das ist auch für uns Zuschauer heute. Give it your absolutely all. Because we need the support.
And Tom de Dorlado from Belgium, competing for the 9th time.
Belgium is in the house. We had him up here at the Hahnenkamm already.
Emoto Yuji, next from Japan, based in France. He's a mountain guide, climbs everything, big walls, big mountains.
One of the most experienced athletes, pilots in the
Patrick von Kernel,
at the Hahnenkamm.
a man to watch. In the last 2 years, he's become a Red Bull athlete.
This is Yuji Emoto! Yeah, Yuji! Und da ist jetzt einer der absoluten Sympathieträger.
Right, I'm going to grab someone.
Meine Damen und Herren, make some noise for Patrick von Kernel!
Hey,
Tarquin, it's
okay,
amazing
good.
atmosphere up here. It's absolutely fantastic.
So let me introduce Ed Ewing, editor of Cross Country magazine.
Hello, everybody.
Ed, what's it like to be here for first time on the Hahnenkamm? It's pretty cool.
It's an amazing place. We hiked up here yesterday. It took us 2 hours. These guys have done it in what, like 50, 55 minutes? It's just an incredible location. You're looking at all these mountains, the helicopters over there. All these people have come up. The cable car was absolutely rammed. It was just amazing. I think it's one of the best. I think I've been to about 6 of these, 7 of these. This is absolutely the best launch I've ever been to.
Do you think it's flyable?
It's totally flyable. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be flying now. It's beautifully soarable. It's going to have beautiful takeoffs. They're going to go bang, bang, bang into the air.
Well, we'll look forward to that. Cheers, Ed. We'll see you. So who next? Who next is coming up? That looks like Kinga Mastalitz, Reto Reiser from Switzerland. Just seeing who's getting ready to launch.
Hinter die Grasnarbe zurück heraufgehen, weil jetzt gehört das Field of Play dann den absoluten Superstars.
So Reto Reiser, Rich Binstead from Australia.
Was wird hier noch gemacht? Ja, bei Simon Obergauner hört man dazu, der Arne, der Chef bei Sky, bekommt noch die letzten Informationen. Da werden Schokokuchenrezepte ausgetauscht. Heute wundert es mich, Simon, mit Banane. Mit Banane, was ist da passiert? Warum ist heute der Schokokuchen nicht Ono? Frustratives heutige Wetter. Weil, wie schaut es jetzt aus? Wohin geht die Reise? So geht's mit rein. Die Reise, die geht jetzt mal über da, ja. Also wir wissen jetzt das da. Okay, Simon, wir lassen dich. Alles Gute, Team Österreich.
Next up, Thomas Kokenaer. He needs no introduction. He's done every edition since 2003.
Ladies and gentlemen, Australia and Switzerland at the turnpoint sign. And now all together. Aussie. There you go. Yes. Hat seinen Helm und bereits geschnallt. Da sind Sekunde 13, denn natürlich hat er auch
So just looking at the athletes to launch, Aaron was one of the first athletes, third. taking his time, having just a little bit of an energy gel there. He's got his gloves on, his glider's ready. I think Aaron is looking like he's going to launch. Oh look, I can see over there Austria 3, that's Tommy Friedrich, Tobias Grossrabacher, all getting ready to fly. But it is Paul Takats,
enjoy, my friend.
Who is going to be
alles Gute. Da schaut man sich jetzt einmal an. Offensichtlich hat Paul Takats eine Wette verloren. Oder warum, Tommy, ist der Paul jetzt der sich da so spute durch den Wind damit spielt? Wie hat man das am Campingplatz ausgelost? Ich würde sagen, es ist gut für uns. Jetzt schauen wir an, wie es geht und dann... Genau so macht man es.
Aaron on the right.
Paul Takats hat bei Schere, Stein, Papier verloren, wie es ausschaut. Und dementsprechend ist der Winddummy.
I can't see the windsock. There was a windsock up there earlier. Oh, it's over there. Just have a quick look at the windsock. Just a very light breeze coming through, but at the top it's nil wind.
Sensationelle Schulter an Schulter. Ich habe auch gesagt, du hast noch ein paar Milchzellen. Da bin ich mir gar nicht sicher, ob das richtig ist. Und ich hoffe, ich trete dir somit nicht zu nahe. Ja, aber gesagt habe ich. So, da ist Team Frankreich 2 bereits am Weg hinüber. Tommy Friedrich, Markus Anders schummelt sich da nach vor. Während Tommy, ja, da ist der Schirm einmal in der Luft. Auf,
the breeze coming through. Paul Takats reverse launches, and he is first into the air at 12:38.
Absolutely perfect conditions at the Hahnenkamm. There is a little bit of wind, a little bit of headwind coming in, so you will see there will be some soaring going on.
So Tommy Friedrich now preparing to launch.
And the most important thing for the first 10 minutes is to not drown, to stay up here somewhere.
Everyone lining up. That's
making himself comfortable in his harness.
Damien Lacaze, France 2. Tom de Dorledo, who is all ready to fly. A very quick transition for him. We can see Aaron on the right. Everyone watching Paul very closely to see what the sky is doing. Is it on? I think it's on. It's game on. Aaron is now off. They are all now taking to the sky.
Ist jetzt am Weg da zu uns herauf. Während die ersten Jungs da bereits am Weg hinaus sind zum Winddummy, der da heißt Paul Takats. Und da geht schon wunderbar in die Luft.
Max Leudl taking off over there. Can't see who that is, just taken off. Got Lennart Oblak. Tommy Friedrich now, Tommy Friedrich. That looks like Paul Guscherbau has just launched. Damien Lacaze now. They are all, what an incredible sight this is. That's Max Leudl launching to the right. Marcus Anders now.
Wird einer der nächsten sein. Maxime Pinot. Ladies and gentlemen, Monsieur Maxime Pinot. This is how the world champion is doing it. We'll be starting here in very, very few moments.
That is a moto. Yuji. No, that's Paul Guscherbau now launching.
The first turnpoint at the Hahnenkamm. And you can see Paul Takats.
Yunming Song still coming up. Kinga still hiking. First female, if I'm not mistaken, Kinga Masterletz. Just have a look at this glorious sight of the athletes now firming up. They've already found the lift.
Kriegel Maurer steht da, schaut sich das alles noch ein bisschen an. Jetzt ist kurz ein bisschen eine Flaute. Jetzt ist
So this is
wir gehen jetzt nicht viele hinaus.
Max Pinot.
Pinot zieht da seinen Schirm einmal auf. Jetzt ist es auch Tobi Groß-Rubatscher.
There goes Max Pinot
Und dann werden sie sich alle
to join the rest of the gaggle in the sky.
Da ist jetzt Kriegel Maurer. Meine Damen und Herren, 7 times Red Bull X-Alps Champion. Can you do it another time?
Here comes Kriegel.
Kriegel Maurer. Unglaublich. Da klatscht sogar Jojo Bölzel, meine Damen und Herren. Und das kommt nicht oft vor. Ja, Kriegel, Hut ab. Wir sehen uns in Zell am See. Diese Wette traue ich mich einmal eingehen. Aber gewinnt er ein 8. Mal in Folge.
Excuse me. Here comes Kriegel Maurer.
Jawohl. Und da wutzelst den ersten eine. Ja, aber jetzt geht's auch für ihn hinaus. Tim Alongi hat's geschafft. James
Tim Alongi behind him.
Come on, Canucks! The Great White North is on the way to Zell am See, ladies and gentlemen. Ja, sehr gut. High fives.
There goes James Elliott.
Gavin McClurg, der Rasenreporter, bereitet sich hier auch vor. Schaut, dass er hinten hinauskommt. Der gemeinsam.
And there's Logan Walters
Tarquin
from USA.
der färgste Bilder sorgen wird. Auch er wird hier dann gleich angehen. Er wird für spektakuläre Bilder in der Luft sorgen. Und jetzt ist er dann auch startklar. Vor ihm ist das Andrej Prohaska. Da gibt es noch einen Schluck aus der Pulle.
Andrej Prohaska now.
Dose. Und jetzt geht's da drüben dann weiter. Das müsste Jordi Vilalta gewesen sein. Und das ist Andrej Prohaska.
There goes Andrej Prohaska.
Leaving Kitzbühel. Leaving some dust behind. Yeah. This is Richard Binstead. Ladies and gentlemen, Australia in the house. Und da ist es der Erste. Gini Keudel hat den Blick fürs Schöne. Da ist der Erste, der sich Richtung Pinzgau verabschiedet.
Richard Binstead now is next to launch.
On the way to turnpoint 2, Wagrain. Und jetzt bin ich gespannt, was sich hier tut. Der ist definitiv schon einmal ahead of the pack. Bitte die Smartphones herausreißen. Jetzt wird es dann ernst.
Rito Reiser getting ready. Here goes Richard Binstead.
Das ist Richard Binstead leading here from
Next to launch, Tommy Kokonia.
Rito Reiser, der nächste Skywalk-Pilot, der sich hier dann hinausschmeißt. Und wir werden uns jetzt dann vor allem auch um die Ladies kümmern. Das ist Nick Donini, Forza Nick. Der zieht hier auf der linken Seite des Startplatzes. On the way, Forza Nick Donini! Yeah! Flieger, grüß mir die Ferne. Und jetzt ist es Retterweiser, der hier aufzieht. Ausweichen bitte.
Spare a thought for some of these rookies to be able to do this under pressure. But of course, Rito now next to launch.
Forza Reto!
Reto Reiser.
Stampft hinaus am Hahnenkamm. Gavin McClurg, der rasende Reporter. Former Red Bull X-Alps athlete is also on his way. And this is Tomo Kokonia! Ja, bist du wirklich, komm jetzt zu. Wahnsinn! Kurz Zeit zum Durchschnaufen. Wir werden uns da jetzt einmal umschauen, was bei den restlichen Supportern hier los ist.
So most of the athletes have now taken to the sky.
Da drüben wird noch philosophiert. Bei Eli Ecker, da schauen wir jetzt einmal hin. Und das ist jetzt interessant. Denn der Erste, Wie auch immer, der hat da jetzt gleich einmal ziemlich erfolgreich das Land verlassen. Und man wird sich anschauen, ob der da drüben jetzt in den Kitzbüheler Südbergen tatsächlich auch über den Grat drüber kommt. Während die Gäge jetzt da mit der Abschattung möglicherweise auch ein bisschen zu kämpfen hat. Also, www.redbullxalps.com. Lassen Sie uns die Server lahmlegen. Das schauen wir uns jetzt an. So, bei Eli Ecker.
So we've got France 3 here, Laurie Genevieve.
Schaut man, dass man das Cockpit herrichtet. Da gibt es noch was zum Essen, da gibt es noch Sonnencreme.
She looks in a hurry
Da werden die
to
letzten
get into the sky.
Handgriffe gesetzt. Die Powerbank wird da noch eingepackt bzw. umgepackt. Also,
Laurie, I believe, is the first female to get into the sky. Now my co-presenter Gavin McClurg is in the air. I'm getting word that he's all set up to go live, so we'll just give that a few moments before we try and connect with him, and then I will hand over to Gavin for the first time. It will be super exciting, and Gavin will take over the rest of the broadcast up in the sky. We're just watching Laurie Genevieve here from France.
Die ersten Supporter bereiten sich vor, um dann möglicherweise auch hinauszufliegen. Während dann auch die ersten Supporter wieder vom Hahnenkamm hinunterfahren. Ihr Lieben, ihr Supporter, wir wünschen euch wunderschöne 12 Tage.
So I'm just here with Tom Payne, former Rebel X-Alps athlete. Tom, what do you make of this? Let's just stand this way so we can see what's going on.
Yeah, fantastic start. Much better conditions than expected. The Staggler's already left. They're going to work together hard. These conditions are tricky on your own. They're going to hunt like wolves for those thermals.
Excellent. Well, we'll leave it there. Let's go back to see. We can just see Celine Lawrence now coming up. Give her a big cheer. She twisted her ankle. She twisted her ankle during pre-week.
Möglicherweise hier bereits zu hoch gebuttert. Ist schon sehr, sehr tief. Ist schon sehr, sehr tief bei der ersten Talquerung. Auf 1681 Metern unterwegs Bull X-Alps. Und das könnte möglicherweise bereits ein Move gewesen sein, der sich noch rächt. Did Bull X-Alps choose the right decision here?
Here comes Kinga.
Probably a little bit too early to leave Kitzbühel. Celine Lawrence! Celine Lawrence is reaching the first turnpoint up at the Hahnenkamm. Team Germany 4. Bravo Celine! Super, super, super! On the way! Und jetzt schauen wir mal, wer denn da noch ab...
Laurie Genevieve launches. She'll be very keen to get back into the sky and join that gaggle.
Und werden dann in Kürze auch hinausgehen. Und wir schauen mit bangen Blicken auf Bull X-Alps, der hier möglicherweise bereits
It looks like the front leaders have already left and they are on their way. That's just a photographer launching. I can hear. Here goes Kinga Mastalets.
Ob man weg bzw. hinauskommt.
Kinga Mastalets from New Zealand is in the air.
Da sind die nächsten hinaus gestartet. Und jetzt heißt es für die Supporter natürlich.
The forecast has turned out much better than originally we thought. It's definitely flyable. There's some risk of overdevelopment later on, so athletes will be keen to get as much distance as possible. The next turn point is Wagrain Kleinau, which is 70 kilometers away as the crow flies, which could be as little as a 2.5 hour, 3 hour flight if they can if they can enjoy these conditions. We mentioned earlier there's some strong winds coming through that Gavin talked about. And what a glorious sight this is. It's just fantastic to be here on the top of the Hahnenkamm. Okay, so I'm getting word that Gavin is ready to go live. So I think that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. And in the next few minutes, we're just going to go live from Gavin in the sky. Gavin, are you there?
Leaders got away, but now they're all kind of coming back to the Hahnenkamm because it's settled down a little bit. So we're all just floating around trying to survive. I'll give you a little perspective here. I'll turn things around. There we go. You can see our sky. It's been pretty cold all morning, but Lori just launched. We've all got it's very scratchy right now, and we might make a good distance here before we get some OD or some rain. Turn in behind Lori here. Too sharp for me there, but we'll see kind of here. We'll give you a view of all the racing activities. This was my dream as a kid to fly the stripe, or to fly the stripe, to ski the stripe. Looking at it, it is just a free fall. So I'm actually quite happy to be flying it. But everybody's kind of launch, and there's lots of pilots around the sky. And hopefully, we'll cycle here. We'll get some more sun, and we can all get up and get away and start flying towards Wagrain. Back home. They'll feed them to us and I can answer them for you. Let's fly around for a bit, let y'all enjoy the view. Just beeping very gently. First launch it was quite a bit more on, and now we're just kind of surviving. With all the sun out right now, it should pop. Be able to get back up to cloud base and some distance on the course line. She flies with a 7 vest, if you can imagine. Kids way. She has a straight seat. She's so small, so she needs all the extra weight. She's carrying that around. She's a tough girl. Pushing out front now. Hi everybody. Quite a different role for me to be in this year. I got to ride the gondola up. Something exciting is happening back there on launch. Almost everybody is back here at launch here. The cloud base is really quite low, and we're all just scratching around trying to make it work. Hope you're enjoying the live view at home. We'll get this tighter and tighter as the days go by. We've been doing a lot of testing the last few days, but we're excited to be able to provide this kind of new element to the race over the next 12 days. I'll be roaming around all over course line, following the best stories and all the athletes, especially in the middle of the pack, and showing what's happening. sleeping with a different team every night, and then hiking with them in the morning, and hopefully going live with you every day at 9:30, whether that's on the ground or in the air. Exciting role for me, and I'm excited to participate in this way and bring you all kind of what the strategy is and what people are thinking, what they're doing, the good moves they've made, the mistakes they've made, the pain, the suffering, the glory. There's about 15 gliders directly over my head, so we'll try to get on top of them and show you what's happening. There's Adi Gessinger, the very famous photographer, up in the air doing his thing. Just about the whole fleet, 32 pilots, are right here. I see two just down the ridge a little bit, but they're at the same altitude we are. With us anymore, so this will be me. Oh, it's very light condition. If I was in the race, I'd be up on the we're all staying up pretty good. Take your time. Okay, so we just learned the audio is really bad when I'm in forward mode. So we're going when I'm looking out at the whole course, you won't be hearing much from me. We'll just stay silent. But when it's looking back at me, I can talk in the gaggle about everybody right now. And we found a pretty nice climb, and hopefully this will be the one that takes us away. So I'll leave it this way for a bit so you can see what's happening in this nice thermal. whole game is just finding climbs, climbing as fast as you possibly can, and then making distance on glide. There we go. You hear my vario beep louder and more consistently. That's more towards the core of the thermal. That's what we're always looking for. I'm also doing my best to stay out of the way of everybody because they're working than I am, so. Very, very gray on course line and quite low cloud base. This is going to be pretty scrappy unless things lift. Pretty interesting day to see what people put together. Okay, we're on the top of this gaggle, and there's another one just down course line about half a kilometer that's a little bit higher, so I'll move to there shortly. Yeah! All the athletes are in the air. And again, I'll take questions from the viewers at home. If you want to fire them away, I just put them in the comments on Facebook and they'll fire them to me here. I can hear my producers on the headphones here, so let me know what you want to know and I'll try to get back to you. I'll turn things around a bit here so you can see what's going on. on me, but forward it's a little off. Okay, everybody, so you can see they're trying to go on glide, but we don't have a ton of height. We just got the cloud base there, and you can see all the gliders just below me and out in front, and they're going to try to make this first move, but we don't get a climb on the other side. This is going to be tough, so we shall see. But a lot of pilots working together right now. No one is racing. Going to go on this first glide across from Kitzbühel to the ridge just to our east, and everybody's hoping desperately it's going to work over here, because if it doesn't, this is going to turn into a running race for a while. No one's racing right now. Everybody's going to be working together. All pilots for all pilots. And this will be a fascinating move to see what happens on the other side of the valley here. The cloud base is pretty chilly, even though cloud base is really low. It can't be over 2,000 today. In fact, it is 2,000. It's exactly my height right now, 2,000 meters. So we'll see what happens up here. There'll be some splits and running for the sun, and a lot of praying for sun right now. See, there's kind of a split here. There's some pilots staying with the shortest crossing, and then a lot of other pilots splitting hard to the south. Kriegel's out in the front of that group. I will follow him. It's easier to spot because of the yellow jersey, of course. And it looks like Maxime maybe has a climb. That could get a gaggle, so this is going to get fascinating. You all are following along on live tracking. Kriegel's running back to the ridge at the Hahnenkamm. He didn't like the look of the crossing. And he's pulled about half of the athlete group with him. I'll stick with that group, although the other group just found a climb, so this might be a mistake, a rare mistake. It's hard to bet against the eagle. In the time of day, that's always hard to say right now. It's probably 1 p.m. if it's going to be the east or the west. You don't have what? In this view, I can't see my Wi-Fi device, so I'm not sure. everybody. We lost our for a bit, but we're back, I understand. We've got quite a big split here. Kriegel and one other pilot are just ahead of this gaggle, but they're a little bit lower. See the gaggle below me there. Just so you all know, I'm using an iPhone to record, so I don't have the camera on my head. I have it out in front of my carabiner, so that's why at times it's a little bouncy and it's not really directed where I'd love it to be because I could on my head, but this is what makes live possible. So I'm trying to fly as steady as I can, but we realize that's going to be a little bouncy. But we'll get better as the days go by. We've got Patrick Von Cannell, Logan. Hi everybody, so we are having trouble with our signal, so we're going to wrap up the live coverage for now. Hope you've enjoyed it, and when we have better signal, we're going to be coming back to this later in the day. I'll keep flying with all these folks, and we'll see you in a bit. Thanks for joining in. See you on the next one. Follow along on livetracking.com.